Alright, let's start with my Warhammer 3 tier list. As you can see on top, we got the top 10. That's the top 10 lords that I play. Honorable mentions are the ones that I play for sometimes. The average is the one that I don't feel much about them. They're just like all the others. Below average are the ones that I think need a little bit of buff. And the overpowered or forgetful are the ones that I just get bored on the playthrough or are too powerful and it's just easy walk. Now I'm gonna start with the Beastman. I know that Taurox has a good ability and stuff, so I'm gonna put him at average because I don't play much with them. At the end of the day, I say they're forgetful. I don't like their style much, I don't like their lore much. You know what? Because I don't like their style and lore, I say they drag Taurox to below. I don't see myself playing much with them. Then going to Bretonia, that's another part, because they're low faction, their peasant equipment and everything, peasant economy and stuff. I like that very much. It feels like medieval 2 when I play with them. So I place them like I used to play with medieval 2. That is Bordello on top 10. Rapunzel because of the water mechanic. I put her at honorable. By Enchantress, she has a buff to more peasants, so she goes in honorable as well. And the king, I don't like him very much, but I don't find any buff to him, so I say he's average. And this is how I play, because I play more with peasants than with knights. Now going to the dwarf is another way around, because I use slayers. It's a great part of my playthrough, but when I combine it with the 8-pick achievement, I like that more. At the end of the day, it's a war between those two, but I think the Slayer ends up winning. And I find the main campaign of the dwarf pretty average. The white dwarf, I find him overpowered. This one I find it forgetful. Now the Empire, I got this one is the priest. I forgot his name, but I think he's below average. I don't play much with him. Then the Huntsman Expedition, I like his playthrough, but I find it pretty much average. Now this one, I forgot his name, Artasakel. I find him overpowered in the game, with the main Empire faction being the standard for this. If I played a faction more than them, I put it on my top. So I say it's more like honorable. I'm gonna use him as my average to measure. Using him, I know that a couple of them, I say the Lioness go below. Yeah. Now going to the greenskins, the same measurement. I got my Goblin Tide, go top 10. The Golden Tooth, I know they're called different things, but when I see that Golden Tooth, it's like, they're the Golden Tooth. It was the Crown of Nagash. He's an honorable. And these two, I don't play these too much. They go over there. Now with the Norse Gang, I find them forgetful, both of them. Let's hope that the DLC brings them up in the game. Now with the Skaven, I have the problem with the disloyalty function, where they rebel and stuff. I don't like that system. Other factions like the Pirate, they have the level 30 loyalty, meaning after level 30 they become permanently loyal. But with the Skaven, the only one that has it is Clan Eshin. So I find them pretty much below, because it's not that I don't like them. They're not forgetful, I can say that, but I prefer playing something else other than them, and that is Clan Nation most of the time. Now with the vampires, Vlad is the main guy. Manfred, I say he's an honorable, with the other two being forgetful. Just that is just how the shadow they cast on all the other vampire and necromancers. Now I have the Warriors of Chaos, and the Ever Chosen as overpower, with the other one as well, Bellacore. The other guys as well, and find them not overpowered but just forgetful in my eyes. Now, Palkia the Bloody is my favorite demon faction, and Colic Sun Eater is an honorable mention. The Wood Elves, I find Raika being one of the top, with all the other ones being more or less average. Now I see the Dark Elves, they have the same problem with the loyalty, but I mainly use Nagran as a lord, and all the cities and settlement that I take, I just sell it to him, and I play a one army campaign. In that sense, I don't play the ones that are far, and at the end of the day I cannot play with him because he's pretty much overpowered, and I use him as a city dump. And the other two left are Morathi, I play her a bit, and Helebron, I play her more than Morathi, just because one of their objectives is to get the Sword of Cain. Now with the High Elves, I like to play as in the daughter of Tyrion and Alariel. She was sacrificed at the end of time, so I like to play an alternative timeline where she actively sought out to not be sacrificed. And what I do is I use a mage hero as a stand-in, and I mainly play Tyrion. Then sometimes I play Alariel. All the other guys, I find them pretty average. I like to do mostly stories. That's why I say, like, with Devon Karstein I play as the clan, the whole family. All lords and heroes are called one Karstein. Palkia has all her warriors. Daika has all her saplings. You got the Goblin type, the Tree Uprising, the Slayers, the Peasant Revolt, and at the end of the day you got the story of Tyrion's daughter. Now when you go to the Lizard Man, Rokok is my best bot, I love him. Nakai, honorable mention, pretty awesome that he has the pirate system. All the other ones, I find them pretty average. I can play a couple of missions with them, but I don't find them below. I don't find them forgetful or overpowered, but they're just not my favorite. Now when we go to the Tomb Kings, I find that Arkan the Black with 2 armies is overpowered. I can take over the world with just 2 armies, and he starts with 2. Then we got the Imperishable. I find him being the average of the faction. Now if you want hardship, you want the Exile, but I find his playthrough below average. But I find Islamia being in the middle of everything, and with Quick Head Taker and everybody trying to take her out, pretty consistent in the entertainment value. Now the pirates, I got a pretty good relationship with the pirates. I mainly use Sartosa pirates. The other ones I find them pretty average, with Silostra being the one that is over the average, mainly in honorable mentions because her playstyle is pretty unique. As she is a ghost herself, you can have a full ghost or magical army because she gives magical attack to everybody. So you can use her ability to just have magic floating everywhere. Now with the other two, I find them pretty average. I haven't played much with them because I find the other two more entertaining. Chaos Dwarf, I tried them a bit, too overpowered. Their mechanics are entertaining, but you can't win without them. That's how overpowered they are. The only thing that keeps them in check is Warriors of Chaos, that they are overpowered as well, and themselves. Other than that, they're pretty much, if you want to lose, that's when you lose. Other than that, you will be winning either way. Now with the Dragons of Cathay, I have a sweet spot for archers. I like archers a lot. So Miao Yin is gonna be on my top. I know it's gonna be top 10 and I already have more than 10. It's gonna be low some to honorable mentions. Now, their brothers, I find the Jade Dragon pretty overpowered. And her brother, I find him average. I got Kislev. I like to play with Oris Versus and use his army as an extension of Catherine Empire and expand the empire. The other way around is also useful, being an empire that has an army on the front. So I'd say Boris is an honorable mention and Catherine is a top. Now, the Patriarch, I find him below average because he only boasts peasants and they're pretty... You look to replace them, the Cossacks, pretty soon in the game. And the Wish, I find her overpowered because she's the new one in town. Looking here, I find that the Ogre Kingdoms are pretty forgetful. I'll recruit one or two mercenaries, but other than that, I don't use them pretty much. The new DLCs, I find them pretty overpowered. I don't play much with them because of that, because in the old games, I find most of the player factions overpowered or forgetful of how easy the campaign is. So what I have left is the demons, and here is my... I say people will hate my choice, but I like the Demon Prince. I like how they made him so that you have a couple of parts and stuff. I would like him to have technology, but other than that, he's alright. Maybe make his unit cost less, or make his building give more money. But the only problem that I have is that he doesn't have enough money to have one full army. He got enough for maybe 15 units, and then you go on the red and you have to start conquering. But at the beginning you have Malus Darkblade, so you couldn't do much. Then Enkari, honorable mention. All the other ones I haven't played much. I know people said the corn is pretty good, but I like Palkia more. Almost 15, so let's start taking away. Of all this faction, I use the Dwarf class. I find Tyrion being overpowered a bit. He's pretty standard, it's just that he doesn't have competition in the place he starts. Brown, other than that playthrough, I don't mix and match. And the Demon Prince, I find his playstyle more rough around the edges. So I say this and Brown at the bottom, alright? So the first one that I played the most, Sartosa. Second one that I played the most, Kislev. Third one is Bloodborne Karstein. Fourth one, Bordelot. Fifth one, Cathay. Sixth one, Rogat. Sixth one, Valkia. Seventh one, Drycha. Eighth one, Laneshin. And Skarsnik at the end with the Goblin Tide. And those are my top 10, with most of the elf in the honorable mentions and the secondary characters with Silostra, God here, Faye Enchantress, Manfred von Karstein, Boris Ursus, Nagai, yeah, it's almost 1-for-1. So those are the ones that I play.